Sound check, speak.
Yes, sound check. One, two, three, four, five. Does it sound good enough?
Sound check, speak.
Yes, sound check. One, two, three. Do you need me to speak more?
Hello and welcome to Formula Trout League F3 Series Round 9 in Suzuka. Today we have a really close championship fight. It's really the closest championship fight in Trout League history. With 2 rounds to go, the difference between P1 and P5 is 26 points. It is just about one race victory. So, Jaap Mongevort from InForward Racing is leading with 179 points. Jack Smith in second, just 2 points behind. Martin van Tieland in third with 172 points. Maximilian Junger 3 points behind him. Arto Nieminen with 163 points. Clank Hughes 10 more points behind. Today in practice, R2 was the fastest from championship contenders, followed close by Oscar Williams, who is not in the championship contention due to real life commitments early in the season, so he is not driving. He did not drive at the start of the season, so he's not in the championship. And then followed by Jaap and other drivers. So, what do you think of this race?
So we're coming to Suzuka, which is a beautiful track, an iconic track with the corners like 130R and the spoon. I think it will be very interesting. It's not the easiest track to drive, and with the close field and what's on stakes here today, I think we'll see. I think a very exciting close race, but I think we might see some crashes and clashing too.
So yeah, continuing on with constructor standings, it's Infoward at the front uh, with the drivers Jaap and Martin and also Clank Hughes. Second is Vermin Racing Team with Jack Smith and Maximilian Junger at the front. And third is Mercedes Motorsport with most points for Clank Hughes in that team. Team is quite close, so I expect a close battle in the team championship as well. Basically, the team who does better comes out on top after this round, because 10 points is nothing in constructor championship.
Yeah, and the same is for the drivers. There's the five first drivers right now in constructors. It can be any of the five first. Uh, Even the sixth first that can actually get this title. So it's nothing's over till it's over. So it will be very interesting to see the hard fight here today,
Meanwhile,
especially since yeah, sorry.
sorry to interrupt. Meanwhile, qualifying has already started, and the first drivers already on their laps. And
And
I forgot to set up a layout. Nice.
I think we will see some blister and lag time, and people, I think they will be pushing so hard and qualifying too, so we might be on the lookout for some mistakes here and there.
Definitely, this is not an easy track, and it's also very long. So
Yeah, and as well as we discussed, talked with some drivers before qualifying and practice that it's not the easiest car either. It might look easy for some, but under braking, this car is very unstable. So with this track car combination, it will be no easy job for anyone.
and my CPU is crashing. Nice. That's always good to know.
So they are about was it the first laps here now, I believe. There we go. Yeah, coming out at 150. Hughes 150 as well. Everyone's getting very close laps here. This will indeed be interesting to say. We're currently the first 4 drivers within a second. And we currently have 1 driver off the track. I failed to see who that is.
Remember this track being one of the closest fights, even in hybrids, so I expected it to be even closer in F3, as driver standings show. It's really close between teams, so it should be even closer this race, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at just the times they put in so far, this is just the first time. First 7 drivers are almost within a second. It's just over a second between first and 7th. So, looking at that, it's just going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. So qualifying, of course, being important, but I think consistency is key today.
Yeah, I must agree with you. Well, we are on board with Sammy. This time is, if the delta is not glitched, exactly 12 hundredths this time. Yap sets the fastest time in the session. Clank Hughes goes even faster, 49.8, great lap. I believe Sammy Salem's delta is broken for him.
And Sammy actually pits, so we will not get the new time from him.
Sadly, it seems for me that the deltas on the driver steering wheels are broken, so if you see them, you have to tell me.
Yeah, there, the same goes for me.
Oh, I remember this track having issues with timing, so that might be why. We'll just have to guess. Yep,
As Martin. Same goes for MVTL, also off the track.
Oh no, that wasn't until yes.
So yeah, we see in qualifying they're pushing hard, and it will punish you this track. It will not be an easy race. As they say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, so you're just gonna be taking care. Fastest driver might not win today. But that will be to see. I mean, the position in the start is very, very important.
Currently on board with Clank Hughes, but this looks to be an
See a car behind him closing fast.
board with Yap. Also an Benko sets 151.6, that be
I also do believe R2 is currently on a quick black loop by the looks of it. So we might see some increasing times from him. most people in pits now, possibly waiting for the track to get a bit better.
But if everyone's in the pits, it's not gonna get better,
Well,
so it's a dilemma.
a few people are still out, of course. A few people are still out. As Ardo is coming out to the start-finish straight, as he also pits in. Very interesting. I'm sitting and thinking, but it's, I mean, look how close it is. First 8 people is within a second of each other. That just shows the skill of these drivers. And that for me just makes it so much more interesting. I think we will see a very, very nice race today. Of course, I love this league. I love these drivers. There's always something going on, and I think today will be something extra.
We'll go with Jack Smith. Let him by the rest of the ball, and has more chance of getting the ball.
Yeah, I'm
If
with him.
he crashes, we'll stay with him.
And Jack here is on a good lap now, it seems like. Hard to judge without the deltas. But seemed very smooth. I've been following this for the full lap here. He's been very smooth. He does back off. And will Jack fit in here?
Seems like there's an issue because he's going super slow.
He
Speeding up.
is speeding up now. Maybe he just had to fix his tire temps before starting his quick lap.
Okay, then let's go on board with Oscar. He's going to the line now, but I think he's also stepping on the PS.
Yeah.
Maybe up
So-
to them. He is in Sport, I guess. Actually, don't know the
Who were you talking about, sorry?
Arthur name. Team Draper improves to 150.7.
Yeah, as Arthur now comes up into Spoon. And then out the backstretch. So out to the backstretch now, and then there's a few corners to go, and R2 might set a good lap here. But time will tell. He still has a few corners to go, and it seems like R2 is backing off as well. So a lot of people are backing up, but just look at this field. It's less than 4 seconds from first to last at the moment. And first to ninth within a second.
Sorry to interrupt that. I think it's quite good for a league where there's no qualifying, it's a free to join league. Drivers being that close is quite nice.
This is very, very nice. First to ninth within a second. That's just crazy. As Nick puts fast lap in, coming up to third position. But most people, as Smith,
Jack Smith, 49.6.
Banger of lap time.
Yeah.
And it seems like he might keep on going actually, so he might put in something even quicker.
Yes, these cars don't need to regenerate ERS or anything, you can go on for a few laps if the tire temps allow it.
All you have to take care of, I mean, you get lighter on fuel as far as you can go, so if you keep that level between tires and fuel good, then you might just be speeding up. As we have someone off the track as well, that's Nick going slowly. Just getting out of the way for Jack. Jack putting in very good lap here, I think, too. He might be putting in something faster. Having a little wiggle there on the curb. Into the hairpin. Jack just seems really smooth here.
Confused doesn't improve.
Maxi improves, though, up to P7 at the moment. I'm still following Jack, who just came out onto the backstretch.
R2 goes fastest with a 149.468. Good luck for him.
And that could have banger lap times everyone here right now. So it's still 1 minute 40 to go, so people might still have some time to put in fast laps. Jack is now coming up. I think he's coming in for a very fast lap here on the start-finish straight. As Salem goes up into third. Jack tops the charts with a 149.43.
Just
Man.
300s. That is so close.
This will be an amazing race today with everything at stake. With the first 5 drivers all being able to catch the title. People will be pushing. So I think we will see a very spectacular race. It will be very, very nice. And the question is Jack going on for another lap, or do you think?
I think yes, he is. His lines are very aggressive.
Wonder if he can put something even quicker in, as he, according to my delta, is 2/10 quicker on this lap.
My delta is white. So Clank Hughes at 49.0. That is super quick. And all 6 championship contenders are in the top 6 in qualifying.
So this will be very interesting to see what they do. R2 improving, it does improve a little bit, I believe, 149.3. Jap improves as well, up to P5. MVTL up to P7.
Yeah,
so everyone
made
is
a mistake. So Sammy, it's MVTL instead of Sammy for the championship. So yeah, 5 of the 6 drivers are on the top 5. So awesome.
So Jack now comes into the start-finish straight. Do you think he can improve?
Yeah, his lap was quite aggressive, but I think he can. Goes ball
148.9!
Oh my god. What a result from him.
Nick Wu also comes up into P6.
Artur Nieminen is still on a lap. Let's see if he makes it around the track before the time ends.
Artur Nieminen being up 200s though on his current lap time. A bit slidey there. He doesn't seem to have very good tires.
Maybe a bit of overheating already, so...
Yeah. But look at Oscar Williams, up to P2 with 148.9 as well. Look at that, that's not a big difference. That is... What is that?
Artur and Yap both on laps still.
Looking at Smith and Williams' time, what is that, 3,000s?
Yeah, that is 3,000s. That is insane.
That is insane. As Artur backs off.
Let's go on board with Yap. He's at the chicane. Bit of a slide there. Good exit.
Yap being up 6/10 though, according to my delta.
Yeah, the delta does not work. Goes for fast at 49.2.
So, and as qualifying is over, so we're in for something very nice. Carlos, we're getting reports that your microphone is very, very quiet, so you might want to check that out before we start.
I updated the sound, so I think it should be better now.
Yeah.
So very good qualifying for Vermin Racing. 1-2 in qualifying for Vermin Racing. That is great. Jack Smith, who is only 2 points behind in the championship, is pole position. Oscar Williams is second. Clank Hughes for Interward in third. He is sixth in the championship. Jaap van Gerwaard, current championship leader, is only in P4. He definitely wanted a better qualifying. Artur Nieminen, he is fifth in the championship and he is fifth in qualifying. Maximilian Junger, fourth in championship and sixth in qualifying. Next is Nick Wu, then Sami Salim. Martin Van Tilland would be disappointed with this qualifying as he is third in the championship but qualified only 9th. Nice performance by Tim Draper being in B10, Helos Panos in his first race in F3 in 11th, Potapenko 12th, Stoyan 13th, and David Bull in 14th place. Looks to me that he failed to set a clean lap time.
As we get onto the grid, with about a minute to go here, I think the nerves will be very, very, very on the nerves right now. Starts, well, the start will be interesting to say the least. With Jack on pole, do you think he will get a good start?
Yeah, I think now my bet is on Jack to win this race. Unless he makes a mistake, in which case Oscar will, because of Oscar is...
Oscar is just being very consistent. The races he's been here, not is he just fast, he is a very consistent driver. My bets is actually an Oscar for the night. If not, Yap will be able to make it up. As lights are about to go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and off we go. A lot of wheel spin from Jack there, as Oscar is already side by side with him into the first corner here. Looking down the field, we have a very clean start for now on, as Oscar just can't make it into the corner, and Jack taking the lead. Very clean start. Seems to everybody's gotten off very, very well fine. I think they the further we go, we're gonna see more aggressiveness. They just want to save out this first lap, because as we know, you don't win the race on the first lap, but you might very well lose it.
That's true. No big crashes in the first part of the first lap. That is good to see.
Oh, we have a spin! We have a spin! That is
Stoyan has a spin.
Yeah, Stoyan has a spin. And he will be mad. That's far down from the field. 5 seconds behind everyone else right now.
I imagine with Oscar and Jack there could be team orders, because Jack is fighting for the championship and Oscar is not.
He might be. We'll see, I think we'll see that coming into play later on. As we have a little wiggle further down the field, that is MBTL had a little wiggle, now getting overtaken by Tim Draper.
It's not the end of the world. There are 2 in-forward drivers in front of him, so he will not count for the constructors. It's just a recovery race for him in his personal standings in driver championship for him, so...
But a race is a race. I think a true race role is want to win, don't you? As we come in...
My app is slightly glitching.
Sorting itself out as we come on the first lap here.
That's quite a hilarious glitch.
And as we're down the first lap, it seems like the positions haven't changed a lot during the first lap. Some overtakes us going on. We have a guy crashing, that is Panos. Panos in his first races now binned it and lost a lot of time as well.
Meanwhile, Jack Smith is just building a gap. It's almost a second now.
Yeah, gap between the first is getting bigger and bigger as we in the middle of the field though is still hanging very close. As who was that? Sammy is off the track as well, right into the bridge there. I would be surprised if he doesn't have any damage after that. He's stationary at the moment.
Looks to me as he might not continue. He's still sitting in 4th gear.
Yeah, I think he might be out for the race, so that must suck for Sammy.
So, a recovery race in race 2 then for him.
And Sammy is off, so...
I believe he will be back for race 2.
Yeah, out of the first race, which is unlucky. As we said before, this track is not the easiest, it's very punishing if you do it wrong.
Yeah, especially this mount where it's really slippy outside of the track, more slippy than other tracks, so. Meanwhile, Jack has built a 1.5 second gap already.
As if MBTL here is trying to go on the outside of Tim, but fails. I think we will see MBTL trying to make another move here soon.
And again, the big shuffle in the standings.
Yeah, I think this track is a little bit like that. I do think we want to keep our eyes a little bit on MBTL here, because he is, by the looks of it, a bit faster than Tim, but he just can't get past. He did lose his he did lose the slight advantage he had and had to fall back after being unsuccessful in an overtake in the last chicane there. As he makes a mistake, stop the track a bit and lose even more time.
We're gonna return to that in a moment because Clank Hughes has caught up to Oscar Williams a lot.
As well as R2. R2 locking up a bit there. So, very close from second to seventh, but sixth at the moment.
Even Jack is not that far ahead. It's still really close to the top 6, even 7. This is a bit of a high downforce track, so overtaking is difficult, and also following in that air. It's not as much of a factor in this car, but you can definitely feel it anyway.
Yeah, if we look from first to fifth at the moment, there's 3.6 seconds separating them, so that's not a lot. A small mistake and you're gonna be out of that battle.
Yeah, and most of them championship contenders, so. And once again, the app glitched, so that's gonna happen every lap.
Every lap. As we see Ardu getting very close to Hughes at the moment. Ardu, it seems like, brakes a lot later than Hughes, but he also has had some lockups, which, when done right, he will be getting a lot of time, but it seems at the moment there's just a little too many mistakes for him to be successful with that.
A bit more than a quarter of the race has gone, and not much change has happened. A couple of drivers have spun, but no major incidents as of yet.
But as if we look into the top field here, the first few cars, there's something's gonna happen, I believe, sooner or later, because they're all so close, and with these long straights. They will get a bit of slipstream. They may not be too close, there's not too much slipstream, but it will help them out. Especially now between Yap and Maxi, it seems like something might happen as well. So it's close racing again all over the field.
So yeah.
Looking down, I'm looking at MVTL right now. I do believe after the start-finish rate, he's gonna try to make a move on Tim, or at least get closer. This is where he gained a lot of the time before as well. He did gain.
Big shuffle begins again.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a bug.
So I do believe within a few laps, MVTL will be back with a fight with Tim. But looking at Oscar, he's very under pressure right now from both Clank and R2. And I think he's aware of it and just does everything to just keep his pace up. He doesn't have to defend yet, but he can afford no mistakes. As R2 gets very close there.
Almost has to avoid Clank Hughes. Super close between them. One small mistake and you're out of this battle. You're just down the road then.
So it's interesting. We still have the Jack now. We built a very big gap. Well, a gap big compared to the rest of the field, 1.7 seconds. Up closer fights. As we see R2 now, just gaining and gaining and gaining. And will he try to make a move? Yes. R2 tries to diamond on the inside. Will he make it stick? Ooh, a flank wiggles there. Now on the outside. Can R2 make it stick? It seems like he can as they come out to the start-finish straight. He will be in front of Hughes.
Slightly squeezes Hughes out in the exit, but I think that was quite a clean move. Good job by Arto to gain P3. Yeah, P3. As the game is struggling to make up its mind about the positions.
Yeah. And we can see he already actually built a little gap there to Plank. Question is, do you think he'll now be able to catch up to Oscar?
We'll see how Oscar's races go and Plank.
Ooh, Plank almost losing it there. It's on the edge all the time for these drivers. And Yap is now actually catching Hughes as well. So Plank Hughes not having his best race today, it seems like. I wonder if it's the tires and what is keeping him down.
Sorry, I'm back.
Looking at MBTL, has now got close to Tim again, down in the battle of 8th position. As they get into Spoon, MBTL does a small mistake, but seems he might get a better exit here. Looking up to it, R2 now built a gap of 1 second already down to Hughes. And Jap is now on the tail of Hughes and might be able to make a move on the end of the start-finish straight into the first corner. And he does. He does go into the inside of Plank and makes that stick very nice. And it seemed like a very easy move for you out there. Looking further down, it seems like drivers like Potapenko and Bowler, they're in a world of their own. They have not the most fun race, but just keep it on the track and keep pushing. As well, Maxi now gets on to the tail of Plank, so Plank Hughes is struggling today. Maxi having a little wiggle there, but I think Maxi will be going for that overtake soon enough. Closing very fast. The same as Hughes was up there to start.
Jack Smith has lost a bit of a lead. He's lost about 7/10 now. 6 now. He's gaining a bit, but yeah.
Excuse me for interrupting. We have to switch to MBTL. He's gonna try to make a move here into Spoon, as he gets actually forced off the track by Tim. So he was going for the outside, but there was no room left for him to go, and he had to go off the track there.
He'll be quite frustrated by that.
Very frustrated. I would be surprised if we don't get to see anything or hear anything about that later. Maxi is now pushing though to get up to Plank. As the shuffle comes again.
I'm afraid that's gonna happen. Just under 7 minutes to go in the race. Arto is now 5/10 of Oscar.
So he will go for that podium position. We'll see. do believe that as we get closer to the end of this race, we will see a nice battle for the last podium position. R2, who seems very fast today, might be one of the faster guys out there, and just had a bad time qualifying. Switching down to Maxi. Maxi is getting closer and closer to use. As we get into the hairpin, he is gonna be frustrated that it's just not that little bit closer. As Maxi, I actually talked to before the race as well, had a very frustrating season. He has been, as he put it. Oh, sorry. Tim made a mistake. Tim made a mistake. He spun. And MVTL is now taking that position.
Stoyan as well, Stoyan has spun. Meanwhile, Maxi is now really close
As Bull,
to him.
David Bull is also spinning all of them after the hairpin. So all of them making this mistake after the hairpin in the same spot there.
This is a really hard track on tires. Tire wear might already be in effect right now.
By the looks of it, it is, yeah. We had 3 people, I believe, there spinning in the same spot of the track.
I believe Stoyan spun a corner before, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's tire wear, I think.
MVTL gonna call that karma, I believe.
Yeah.
Which makes it more interesting. Will they be able to keep it on track when Maxi tries to go? Because Maxi will get closer and closer to you. That will be nice to see. R2 as well now has gained a locked up Oscar. Oscar is off the gaining time right now. Will it go for moving to the hairpin? It's not that close, but that was a little bit longer, and would have been able to. So R2 now made big steps. I do not remember sadly which position he started in the race today, but R2 gonna try to go for that second position. I do not believe there's time enough for him to fight all the way up the Jack, who's now built almost a 3-second gap from first down to the second position of Oscar.
I believe R2 started in P5, so he's made up 2 positions, along with his title rivals, which is great pace. Little Jack is already 2.8 seconds ahead.
Yeah, Jack is just dominating this race. As Potapenko actually now made a move on Tim down into P9 and 10. Tim, however, looking to come back at Potapenko into the chicane as he makes a little bit of a lunge there into the chicane, but he does make it stick and take P9 back from Potapenko. So the race is not over. Not for anyone.
Tim makes a slight mistake in braking, so Potapenko will be closer.
Looking up to R2 now, who can almost touch Oscar there in the hairpin, and actually gain a lot of time through the hairpin there. He will be doing everything he can to get that second position. As Oscar will be see R2 in his rearview mirrors and just do all he can to fend him off. R2 just being fast in the race today.
Yeah. He's put in a lot of practice, and that's paying off. He's really fighting for that championship. He's 16 points off. That is a manageable gap. He can come back for sure.
As we come down to round 1, 40 seconds left. So that's around a lap or 2 left of this race.
I believe this is the last lap of the race because the lap time set around 150 and he crossed the line with 140 left,
Yeah.
so
You're correct.
this is the last lap of the race.
So I do believe if Oscar makes no mistake, that's gonna be just a little bit too far for Ardu.
R2 runs deep, slightly deep in turn 2, and that's gonna cost him time. He lost about 3/10 there. Meanwhile, Maximilian Unger is closer and closer to Clank Hughes. He is faster than Clank in the first sector, but then kinda drops off the rest of the sector. Ooh, Maxi has a slide, and that's gonna cost him time. Not enough for Nick to catch up, but that cost him the fight for P5.
Yeah, it's just not enough time for him to get all that time back. And I do believe we have a set field at the moment. If no mistakes are made, I do believe we have a set field. R2 has also fallen back a bit from Oscar now.
Possibly due to tire wear. Tire wear must be.
Oh, but he gains a lot of time through Spoon there. Oscar must have made a small mistake.
Oscar trying to break the slipstream.
Yeah, but with just a few corners left, there has to be a major mistake from Oscar for R2 to be able to get P2.
Let's see them go into the chicane. Oscar has the right call to just take it safely, and
not enough time for R2.
Jack wins the race. Jack wins race 1, and as in that goes in the lead of the championship. Oscar second, great defense by him in the whole race. That means Vermin is also leading the championship as of now. R2 in third, good race by him. Jaap van Gewort in fourth, that's points for in forward.
And Hughes in fifth, just having a struggle of a race. Just fell down the ladder. So Hughes is gonna be frustrated and will do everything he can to fight back next race. As we go down, we have Maxi, Nick. 8th, we have MBTL. 9, we have Tim. Number 10, Potapenko. Then we have Panos, Bull, Stoyan, Selen to finish all the 14.
Bull just now coming across the line to finish in P12. So, race 2, pole position for Potapenko. He has the speed when he practices. Unfortunately, due to real life commitments as of late, he has not had that much time to practice. But I believe he is a strong driver and he could do good things in this race. As well, because he actually owns a real Formula car. I think that's gonna benefit them a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think my bet for the win is METL, Martin Mutilan. He is in a good position. He's gonna start third on the grid and he is very quick. So I think he's gonna win race 2 if he has a consistent race. So we'll go to a short break and we'll be back on the grid for race 2. Okay, and we are back for race 2.
Yes.
We should go through the grid, take it away.
As we now have the reverse grid order. So in first, we have Potapenko. The top 10, of course, that's reversed to Potapenko. In second, we have Tim Draper. Third, MBTL, followed by Nick. Fifth position, we have Maximilian Younger, followed by Clank Hughes, Jack Langford, Arthur Nieminen, Oscar Williams, Jack Smith, and then Hellas Panos, David Bull, Stoyan, and Salem. So we think we will be very close race here, as the lights are on. All lights are on, and off we go for the second race of the day. Potapenko making a massive nice start. Very nice, very nice. As the others are already fighting into the first corners. Looking clean so far. MVTL already up into second there. Will be looking to get into first as quick as he can.
Oh, there's a big
two
crash.
car. And that is Hughes and Maxi. So Maxi and Hughes. Hughes, will he be able to make it? Maxi continued on. Hughes is trying to get it off. And he does get it back on track. There will be damage, I would believe. Massive crash there with Maxi and Clank. Maxi, as we said earlier, Maxi just had a season like this as Oscar overtakes Panos. But Maxi just had a bad season with a lot of crashes and just mistakes overall. As Oscar now goes to the inside of Bull into Spoon, we will try to make it on the outside. Cannot keep it there. Now switching to the inside as Oscar takes 9th position. And I do believe he will make that stick very nice. Oscar, who will be fighting through the field.
Almost going 3 wide there. David Bull decides better of it because of Pano.
Ooh, as Nick locks up MVTL off the track, Jack off the track, and there's a crash! There's a crash! And that is MVTL along with Jap, is it? Jap?
R2.
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 So Jap,
That
R2.
is championship contender.
Jap, R2 and yeah, they're gonna be frustrated. We're gonna hear that later on.
As I forgot to switch the scenes and it was intermission this whole time.
Oh no.
So yeah. 4 of the 6 championship contenders are at the back of the grid. Only Jack Smith is high up. So good for
Jack,
him.
who already had a win today, so he's gonna be very happy with that.
There's gonna be a major investigation then.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but you've got to switch the stream back.
We did.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Good luck.
Looking at Panos now, actually seems faster than Bull at the moment. Tried to make a few moves, but couldn't make them. Salem, though, who will make a move on Panos. Coming here into Spoon. It goes to the inside, but doesn't break late enough. Up
Close
to
racing
first and
with it.
second. Nick is making a move on Potapenko into the finishing status of the lap. And will make it, goes to the inside and will make it stick. And Potapenko a bit wider. As Jack is catching both of them. So Jack might be trying to charge. Ooh, as Bull had a mistake. Bull off the track. Ooh, almost making an unsafe entry there, but managed to do fine. Ooh, as Clank almost hits him. That was close.
Potapenko letting Jack Smith
Right.
pass.
So Jack
Jeez.
Smith will be fighting for another win today.
David will pit. I believe there's major damage, so he will probably retire. Who was that in the...
Maxi up into 7.
Jack Smith made a mistake. He's in the gravel pit. Oh
Ooh.
no. This is huge for the championship.
Oh, comes back. Oh, there's a crash! Oh, there's a massive crash there. Someone went into the back. That is Sami Salem. It is Stoyan. And Stoyan is stuck. Stoyan's stuck, and he's gonna be out of there, right?
Did they crash Jack Smith? I did not see that.
Yes. So Jack braked, and they just braked a bit too late, locked up, and they went into the back of each other. They did hit Jack, I think, but they did not take him out, so he's still in 4th position.
Yes, but that might be a unsafe re-entry for Jack, as he caused the crash while re-entering there. Oscar Williams has a big slide, and Jack will now go into P3.
Yeah. Oscar is able to get it back on track, though. So Jack into P3 will be interesting to see what comes out of that. He has now a big gap of almost 6 seconds almost up into P2 of Patapenko and then Nick, who is almost 4 seconds up the road. R2 making a move up into P5, now charging onto Max, who is next to P4. Stoyan pits as well, as he was not able to get it out.
Shuffle happens once again.
Jap puts in the fastest lap of a 1:49.7. As Oscar Williams also in the pits, which is tough for him as he had such a good race last time around. Oh.
Potapenko is gaining on Nick Wu. He gained about a second last lap, so...
Sami Salem makes some mistakes and is off the track as well. As Oscar is complaining, saying he got disqualified due to a bug and now wants to restart the second race. So we'll see if something happens. I would that would happen, but
sadly it is not possible to restart the second race. What did he get disqualified for?
He says disqualified because Tim spawned inside him.
Okay.
That's also why we have dropped races.
That will be investigated.
Yeah. Not much to do now. This R2 is closing tiny bit on Maxi with the help of slipstream, but just isn't close enough to make a move into the chicane.
Maxi has a slide in the middle of the chicane, so that's gonna help R2 catch up.
Yeah, R2 now tries to tuck in behind him in the slipstream and just gain that time. He might be able to make a move here into first. Maxi goes defensive, R2 on the outside. Switches to the inside, Maxi is wide. Max is wide and R2 takes the position.
Uncharacteristic mistake from Maxi.
As the guys behind is now closing as well. R2 now having a clear track in front of him. 2.5 seconds up to Jack in P3. Max will now be fighting hard though to get back up and get back to R2. Looking down, MBTL is closing. Jap is closing on MBTL and Panos. I think Panos here is holding up both MBTL and Yap. As they will try to make a move here soon.
However, not having the best of race too. Their highest driver is in P7. All three of them are in a row, P7 to P9. Not having the best of days.
Yeah, especially Hughes in P9 having a big gap as well. He's probably not a fan of this track. Just been struggling for all races. As MBTL will try to make a move here on Panos. Goes to the inside. And he makes that stick beautifully. Yap closing fast as well. Yap will try to make a move into the casino triangle. And he does, it almost pushes Panos a bit wider, but he does make that stick nice as well.
It was a great overtake by Yap, shows his experience and also shows why he is the current reigning champion. Unfortunately, having bad luck this race, but should have better luck in the last race.
As Jack is just overtaking Potapenko again?
Potapenko has let him through again.
Okay, I wonder if there's some what's going on there. If there's some bribery, some controversy going on there behind the scenes.
I don't believe it's team orders, I believe it's just Potapenko
Yeah.
being a good teammate.
Yeah.
He should now defend fiercely from R2 to hold R2 up and give a bit of breathing room to Jack.
But from what we saw from R2 last race, R2 is gonna make overtakes.
It looks to me though as they will make some ground on Nick Wu with Mercedes will make some ground on
As R2 goes for the move, R2's on the grass with two wheels. On the outside, will make a thick. Ooh, there was almost some contact. Very, very close. But R2 does make it stick. So R2 does make that stick, even though it had two wheels on the grass. That's impressive. As Maxi now tries to make a move on the outside, Potapenko lets him go too.
Yeah, it is a Vermin car,
Yeah.
Vermin
Yeah,
team,
yeah.
so
Of course, they're in the same teams, but
they're in sister
now-
teams, but yeah.
yeah.
As
Potapenko will now defend more heavily. It does not make it easy for MVTL.
as Halspin loses the position to Yap.
Jab tries. Ooh, as Potapenko now makes a mistake. And this jab goes past as well as MVTL. Ooh! That was almost a block there from Potapenko.
He held this line, his line, I think it was fine.
Okay, I must be decent in my screen where they were. It was swerving a bit on my screen, but MVTL will now try to make a move on the inside. Ooh, make a big dive there. But the Penko not able to get that back. As Nick Wu has a 6.6 second lead. As we
7
have
minutes ago,
7
sorry.
to go. Yeah. 7 minutes to go. That he has to make a major. Potapenko, yeah, sorry.
Jack being about a second quicker that lap, so
Yeah. As we have the shuffle again. Maxi now trying to push up to R2, but field is a lot more spread out this time around. Looking down, we have Panos actually having a lot better pace in this race this time around. Keeping up with Potapenko, coming up to Potapenko now. It seems like he's closing. Hughes right behind him, so Potapenko will have to do some more defending in a short moment. Behind we have Salem with a gap of 19 seconds, 20 almost. And then down to Tim who has about a minute, so he's just in it for the long run now. Won't be able to do anything in this race.
Maybe hoping for a driver to retire so he can get a point. Oh, actually, never mind. I think they do get a point. Yes, it's points for the top 15, so he will get a point. That's why he's still in the race.
As Panos tried to make a move on Potapenko, but instead lost out on it, and he was now overtaking on the outside. As Panos just lets go a little bit there to make it safe through the corner. Trying to switch to the inside into the casino triangle, but can't make it. So Hughes now into P8. Hughes now hunting down Potapenko. So with less than 5 minutes to go now for the second race of the day. Ooh, and Panos tried to take a look up in the inside there, but has to lock off his tires instead. Hughes now up in Potapenko's gearbox. Potapenko placing his car in the middle of the track, making it very wide. It's a hard section of the track to overtake on, but as we come out to a bit wider straight here, Hughes does try to make the overtake. Oh, and they're touching. They're touching as both Hughes and Potapenko are now lost. Potapenko quickly back on track. Hughes struggling, but is making it back on track as well. Possibly a bit of damage there. Oh, as he spins again, so that is very possible something wrong with the car. Ooh, and that's an unsafe entry by Hughes, almost reversing into Salem there. I don't know if you got that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So that will also probably be investigated after. As Hughes is now struggling all over the place. I believe he has either the tires are done for, or he has some damage on his car. With just 3 minutes to go now, he will be very frustrated with that. It has not been Hughes' day at all today, as he's off the track again, and he just lost it in Spoon. So Hughes, disappointing race for Hughes, both the first and second race. As we look up, sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that I'm afraid that means he's off the championship fight. Because the rest of the drivers have scored podiums, and there's gonna be a much bigger gap now.
Yeah, so Hughes will be very disappointed today. 2 minutes to go, there won't be anything he can do. Second gap up until the next guy in P9. Looking at the standings quickly, with Nick up in the lead, he still has a very big gap. It's now 4 seconds. And then that's Smith in second. R2 had a nice day. I think both Jack and R2 will be very satisfied with how the races have gone. If nothing happens, the race isn't over yet, so anything can still. But as how it's gone so far today, both Jack and R2 can pat themselves on the back. Maxi, who had a little crash in the beginning of this race, correctly, is now up in P4. So seems like he is catching R2 a bit at the current moment.
Later goes onto the last lap of the race, so we'll see if he can keep it straight and keep the gap from behind. We have the shuffle again for the last time today.
But I would say if I at the current moment had to vote the driver of the day, I would Jack. Jack has did phenomenal race one where he had a big lead in race two, and now in second position. So
So yeah, let's speak about that after the race
yeah,
when they have finished.
yeah.
We are currently on board with the leader Nick Wu. Just taking it easy, not making any mistakes. That's his goal. But
I think
Benko crashes. Seems like there is something wrong.
his standing
Yes.
on the track, I think, was
Yes,
breached there.
there was engine damage because he was in
Oh.
neutral and there was no RPM.
But
So
it's Patapenko out as well.
he did make 80% of the race, so I believe that's gonna be points for him.
Patapenko, who who in this race has been more of a blockade to help his fellow teammates out than anything else. So. But I think they will be all very happy with Patapenko.
Niku comes around the last corner to win race 2 and get a solid result in the championship. Maybe even gaining a position to P6 if I'm not mistaken.
As Jack finishes P2, sorry, followed by R2 and then Maxi.
Yap in 5th, Panos in 6th, sorry, MTL in 6th.
MBTL in 6th, Panos in 7th, and then Patapenko at the current moment in 8th. We'll have to wait for the finish.
Salam comes across 8th. Clark Hughes just about to go into 130R, currently in 9th position, and Tim 20 seconds behind. So, a great race for Nick Wu. He just did a consistent job and the victory today.
Yeah, and I have to say, great race by both Jack Smith and Arthur Nieminen as well. Both of their races today, they drove very well. Jack, of course, winning the first one and second one, I think he can be nothing but happy about that. And R2 fighting his way in the first race, just fighting his way up the field, doing the same here, finishing in third. So I think that both of them will be very satisfied with themselves today. Maxi in fourth in this race had a bit of a struggle today, making a few mistakes, as his whole season has been. Keeping it consistent with that. Jap, who is in fifth at the moment. We'll see what happens. I do believe there might be some positions after Jap currently in argument there with a few others about through the race, the mistakes we saw. So there will be reports after the race, and it will be nice to see the outcome. See what the final standings will be here. Overall, I think we had a good race today. What do you say?
I think this was one of the greatest races I've seen.
Most of them, we saw some very nice overtakes, especially by Jap. He really showed he knows how to do some sexy overtakes. I think the nicest one today was the one in the final chicane there, the Casino Triangle. Very close, but he just made it stick. Other than that, I think we're satisfied for today.
Yeah. Do you have the results by any chance?
I can. Yes, I do.
Because I'm gonna bring up the standings, or at least the other standings.
Give me a second.
Where did Yap finish in the first race?
Oh shit, the first race? I do not have the first race.
So yeah, standings not gonna happen, but yeah.
I didn't know I was supposed to take him. Sorry.
So yeah, I believe that's it then.
Sorry, man.
That is it for the stream, and I think we'll see you in a week's time for the last race for hybrids in Brazil.
Are they not going to be interviewed?
I'm afraid not, as I'm running out of time. But you can express your opinion. You have 20 seconds.
It was a fun race. I got taken out again. That's it. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So yeah, see you in a week's time in hybrids. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye.